Yo, so in this video, you guys are going to be seeing exclusive footage of NRPG Beyond, or Shinobi Story is what you want to call it. Shinobi Story. This was a version before the version that we've been testing, like, as of recent. This version that I'm going to be showing you in the video was from a couple of weeks ago, so it's not really the exact version of the game. I think it was Vita Climb. There we go. It's not the exact version of the Shinobi Story that you guys might be, like, seeing on their YouTube channel, like the character creation and everything. It's a little bit before that stage, so the footage that I have is a little bit behind. I think Main and Desi have better footage than I do, so probably go to their channels for more footage. But the footage that I'm going to be showing you, some of it's pretty funny, some of it I have to mute because there was some like conversations we were having that I can't really say, and for one of them it was really funny. For one of them it was me versus Sony, and if you don't know, Sony is Rock Lee in the game because he had a 1v1 with Tara, who's Kakashi, without like his character model and everything. So if he beat Tara in a 1v1, then Block said he would give him Might Guy, or Rock Lee, that's what it was. He would give him Rock Lee. So then they 1v1'd, and I think Sony destroyed Tara or something like that. Like Tara just kept like doing something, and then Sony just killed him, and Sony got Rock Lee, and I think they ran it back, and then Sony still won. But Sony thought he was pretty good, so I decided, to teach him a lesson. I taught him a little bit of a lesson. So if you want to watch that clip, it's probably going to be towards the end of the video or towards the middle of the video. I don't know exactly how I'm spacing out these 3 recordings I have. They're pretty good footage in my opinion. I wish I recorded a little bit more, but at the time I didn't think that we could, record any footage. I'm surprised I even had this footage. I think I left my recorder on an accident and then I had these. So that's why I have these recordings. But they did allow us to post these videos, so if you guys want to check out the videos on other people's channels like Main and Desi, I know for sure they have footage, but I don't know if like Seiji has footage. I don't know if Sweepy has footage, but I assume that Sweepy probably has footage, but I don't know if he'll be posting it soon. And I assume Seiji probably does have footage, but I don't know if he'll be posting either, to be honest. I wish I did record more, but I hope you guys do enjoy what I'm about to show you.
I got set up.
Alright,
and then we can send in the announcement showing you.
No, we can't
Goodbye, Block.
No, you can't show it.
Alright.
Yoink!
What happened?
we pushed him out.
Just watching him fall off. It was our first time. I didn't get to watch it last time because
I didn't get to see it because I was trying to get back up.
Oh man.
So for this footage, I have to, voice over it because there was some like stuff that was being said. I don't really want to post it. It was mainly like just copyrighted music in the background. But in this version of the game, it's similar to the previous clip, and you can see that in this footage as soon as it actually loads, because I think Block updated as we were playing. If you can see that this terrain is looking a little bit cool. It kind of reminds me of NRPG Beyond's terrain, although it is a little bit different. This isn't the actual map. I think this was just like a little test they made so that the YouTubers or the people that had access at that point, the testers, could have fun a little bit and fight each other. But as soon as the footage loads, it should load in like the next 10 seconds or so. But as soon as the footage loads, you'll see that there is, there we go. You'll see that there is a little bit of differences between the character models. Like some of us, like me and Doge, or Doge and I, don't have a character model because we really didn't care. Then Desi and Block and Ethereal at the time was Killer B, but I think he's no longer Killer B. But you can see that we have some like character models in the game, and you can see some of us have some moves. I think Desi had his one-shot specs at this time, so he was using it, and then Block was working on I think it was working on the lightning tree or something like that. That's what you see at the bottom. But the game was really fun at this point. There were still some combat things he had to add, and he did add the combat stuff in the future, like melee moves and everything, or taijutsu moves. But this version of the game was really fun for me. I really did enjoy this version of the game because this version of the game had a lot of different moves that he was adding, and with these different moves, it worked really well with the taijutsu. Because mostly with Care Bros games that I've seen is that ninjutsu and genjutsu were like really important, and taijutsu kind of took a back burner. Like when it came to NRPG Beyond, I barely saw anybody using taijutsu. You could probably agree with me, you can disagree if you want, but from what I could tell, most people use KGs or use ninjutsu or genjutsu in order to fight. I rarely saw anybody using taijutsu or kunais or anything like that. Anything of that sort, I rarely saw it being used. Taijutsu really wasn't that common in NRPG Beyond, so I'm really happy that it's gonna be a little bit more important in the story mode because, to be honest, taijutsu is really fun in this game, and I'm really hoping to make it important here too. I'm just gonna replay the footage as I speak through this, but you can tell that there is a little bit of like visual differences between NRPG Beyond and this. And maybe if you look at their previous games, it kind of looks more like those than NRPG Beyond. Because when it came to NRPG Beyond, the game was mainly based off Naruto. And their previous games, of course, was based off Naruto too. But you can kind of see some visually pleasing things in this game. Like when I was falling down as I was using my kunai, the little animation where your body tilts, it's so cool to look at. It's really, really fun. And then when you're going to be in game, guys, just make sure you have a little bit of fun with the taijutsu, because taijutsu has some combat like combos in it. It has some built-in combos that you can use by pressing certain keys. Like, I think left click and right click are combat moves. And there's also like a combination thing. Like you can start combos by pressing space, I think. It was something like that. I haven't played in a while, so I don't really remember too much. But I think space was like a combo thing. But you could see that everybody in the crew was like fighting each other. Block was like, I think it was up top getting ready to snipe people. But I wanted to snipe him, but I think it ended the footage at this point. I don't know why I stopped recording the footage at this point, but it was really funny. But you could see over there, I think Main and Ethereal and Terra were all trying to box Demery because, you know, he's Akatsuki, so you kind of have to fight your enemy as soon as you can. I think Nano was there too, but Nano really didn't know too much about the combat at that point. And we also had this one thing before. It was like a few days after this, or a day or two after this, or maybe that night. We had a little event with each other where we had the Kages and everybody else in like the testing teamed up and we fought each other. So it was like, I'd say, I think it was like Desi, me, Noclipso, Doge, Main, Ethereal, Terra was there at one point. I think Sony was there, Block was there, something like that. It was like a lot of people. And I think Demery was there as well, and Nano. It was a lot of people, basically. Oh, Ruzum was there towards the end, too. But there was a lot of people, and we would basically have two captains. Each would choose, like, a player to be on their team. So, like, let's say Ethereal was a captain, he would choose Main. Let's say Terra was a captain, he choose Eclipso, and so on. We'd just continue with that, making teams. And once the teams were even, we'd make them fight each other in, like, a team battle. And it was really, really cool, because at one point, I think when I first joined it, they'd already been doing it for, like, 2 rounds. And so I joined it. And it was, like, I decided, like, I was against Regis, that's what it was. I was against Regis. Regis was captain. And as soon as I joined, Regis was like, I'm picking first. I'm like, okay, Regis, I'm picking first. Like, I was telling him, I'm picking first, and we started arguing for it. And then he eventually got to pick first because Block said he could or something like that. And then after that, Ethereal chose, or not Ethereal, Regis chose his team. I think he chose Main first, and then I chose my team. And then my team ended up bodying his team. I think Main was the last person alive, and it was everyone in my team alive against Regis's team. So it was pretty funny that it backfired on him. But stuff like that was really fun to do in this game. So just keep in mind that, like, Shinobi Story, the closed community, it's not going to be based on, like, oh, this person has this move, the spec, oh, I have this move, I'm going to be super overpowered, ninjutsu, taijutsu. It's really going to depend on who's in the game. That's why the closed community is starting off with people we pick, so that we can establish some sort of, like, background knowledge with them, so that they can teach people that are new to the game, that are randomized into the villages and stuff like that. It's going to be a lot more easy to, you know, explain things to new players if the people we explain things to at first know what they're doing. But this is pretty much the footage I have. The next thing you're going to see is me destroying Sony and just talking immense trash to him. It's so funny. You can see him. You can literally tell that he's mad. But you just gotta watch the footage for yourself. Hopefully you guys do enjoy that fight. Enjoy the rest of the video. Come on.
Do you have full health?
No, let's go.
What?
See, he said shit. That means he don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Oh, what do you mean? And I mean, obviously I gotta do more research.
Son, did you just log?
You know, I'm not gonna do
Bro,
I crashed.
you're garbage. Dude, I'm 5 for 5 on you. I'm 5 for 5.
He kicked his rotor by accident.
I'm 5 for 5 on you, bro. Don't even try me, Sony.
Alright, my screen is
I'll defeat you one more time. I have less chakra, let's go.
okay.
This is the last time I'm gonna fauterize you, bro.
You kick Block off.
Hey, Block, make sure Sony can't use chakra if he stays as Rock Lee. Or some
No
shit there.
moves?
Make sure just
No
no
moves?
access. Yeah, no moves.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I guess. Why not?
Sony, you're garbage.
You get no nature.
Bro, Sony, you're garbage.
But you got green, bro.
You're
Bro,
garbage.
bro, he almost perfected it.
I'm
That's
6
kinda-
for 6 on you, bro. You're garbage. The only reason why you hit me is because I forgot to block.
You got green. Block, let me